Today we're going to take a look at what we're going to call the Spruce 5-stack Cascade. Now this is 5 of the Spruce series rocks right here, and this is the cascading effect, so the water is flowing down each individual rock rather than down the face of all the rocks. So this is a cascade. This is part of that series where the rocks actually go off of the basin, and if you'd like to see how we are installing that, there's a video there on the website. It's going to show you how to install. It's basically a half liner that comes back here and catches any water that you might lose out the side here, will catch into that basin or in that liner, and then that funnels back into the basin. So we do have a video showing you how to do that. So but we've got it set up here. We actually know how to set these up without using the liner, but we feel that most people are going to be better off to have that liner just in case they have some water loss or somewhere along here. We've been doing this a long time, so we kind of know how to set these up without doing that, but the liner is just a precaution. If you have that liner, you're not going to lose any water. So we have this set up here with a 4x4 basin there. The back of these rocks here are probably about 4 feet off of the basin here in the back, and that front rock right there is on the basin, and it's about halfway onto the basin. The water comes out of this right here and then cascades down into a pool. Each one of these rocks, except for the top one, has a pool. What the pool allows us to do is have the water flow from this rock down into the pool on that rock, and it collects into that pool, and then it overflows down into the next rock with a pool. So it allows us to contain the water and to build this out so that we have water cascading down each rock. So the pool allows us to do that. It's a great sound. You have water falling on water, which is where you get your most sound. So here you're falling into a pool, so that's even better. And hopefully you can pick up the sound here. Now you have a lot of sound with one of these because you've got a series of drops there. So these put out quite a bit of sound. And we're going to offer these in different configurations. This, like I said, is the Spruce 5-stack Cascade. We do have support rocks here in the back. Now this is a very slight slope here. It's not much of a slope. In your case, when you're installing one of these, you're going to need to, if you have a flat slope, there were some people just here from Georgia, they don't have any slope at all. It's completely flat, which is okay. You can still install this on that. Or you're on an extreme slope. The only thing that's going to change is how much of the support rocks. We'll have support rocks back here, and they'll be part of the kit enough to where we think you'll be able to build it out in any case. But if you got like a extreme slope, you might not need all these support rocks. Or if you have where it's completely flat, this might not be enough support rocks. So what you do is you just take natural rocks and you bring them in and you use that to build it up or shim it where you need to shim it. And you'll see we have some shims here, like that rock right there shim because the water was flowing out this way a little too much. So we took this rock right here and put a shim on it to kind of kick it over that way. And you'll see shims in this, and when you're building this thing out, you just kind of lay it out, and you can build whatever you want. You don't have to have the configuration we have here. You can pitch this rock over to the side or that rock over to the side. It doesn't have to go down in series. You can kind of have them come down at an angle or angle over and then back the other way. So however you want to set it up, it's totally up to your interpretation of how you want to see it. We do have natural rock in this. There's a big boulder right there. A lot of these smaller rocks up here are natural rock. We have some natural rock back here. So we're integrating our support GFRC boulders as well as some natural rocks, and that's what you'll do on your end. You'll start out with these GFRC boulders come with the kit. You may need to add or take away from that when you're installing it on your end. If you got some boulders that you don't need as support rocks, you simply put them over here in the landscape, and that will just blend it in the landscape. I think when you do these, you want to blend it anyway. We first set this up, I sat back and looked at it. I'm like, it needs something over here. So we went and grabbed a natural rock and we brought that in over there to kind of complete it and kind of nestle it in together. And you want to do that when you're doing your landscape. You'll bring in some natural rocks after you get done, or smaller boulders, things like that. Right now, grab the camera. We'll take a close-up look. Now, we do have the hose where you can see it there. You're going to completely disguise that. Your pump access you're going to want to put here in the front. But you're going to run the hose back, and there's a spot right back here, and I'll show you with the camera. Your hose will come out there, and it'll go up underneath the rocks, and it'll connect underneath, so you won't see the hose at all. We have it set up here temporarily because we're going to take this right back down, and we're going to set up another one, and we just want to be able to, I guess, be a little lazy and not have to run the hose up under the rocks every time that we set one up. So right now we're taking a close-up look. I think you can see those pools. The pooling effect there, the way the sun's shining right there, you can see the pools. There's that spot in the back there where you bring the hose out. Now once you're done this rubber liner, you would cover this entirely with stone. You'll take that rubber liner, it's wider than it needs to be, fold it back under, and then you'll cover that all with stone. And there is a video there again showing you how to install that, so I won't get too much into that. Right now we'll take a close-up look here at the back. As we're going around here to the back, you can see these support rocks, and all they're doing is supporting the rocks that the water is flowing out of. So I'll go around here, hopefully you can see that. And if you don't like that gapping look, you could bring in some plants, kind of hide that, or other natural rocks, just kind of put them in there, like a gap like that right there, kind of put it in there and kind of fill it in so it kind of looks filled out. So those are things you'll do on your end. That's part of the creative process. The people who are here from Georgia were talking about all kinds of different designs, and basically you just have to start building it out. You can set it up exactly the way we have it, or you can come up with your own design, however you want to do it.